Hi there again, my friends. Today's story from Indian Story Read Along is called Crows and Owls. This is from More Tales from the Panchatantra. Panchatantra is a collection of Indian stories which have been widely circulated not only in India but everywhere in the world. And they estimate that the original text was written around 200 BC. It was originally in Sanskrit. And they have a lot of lessons having to do with animals. They use the animal kingdom to illustrate uh, lessons for all of us. They give the animals human tendencies, and also kind of animalish tendencies based on what these animals are known for. So you may see some of this in this story. It's called Crows and Owls. A colony of crows. Did you know that a group of crows is called a murder? I'm not kidding, like murder, like actual murder. The colony, but here they call it a colony because they don't want to freak you out. A colony of crows dwelt in a great banyan tree in a forest. The name of their king was Cloudy. The crows were constantly harassed by their powerful enemies, the owls. Their king, Foe Crusher, would attack any crow he came across. Hoo-hoo, 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 crow owl fight. Then one day, Cloudy called a meeting of his 5 counselors. The owls are becoming a menace. They are arrogant and powerful, and they attack us at night when we cannot see, because owls are nocturnal. We cannot counterattack during the day because we don't know where they dwell. Advise me, counselors, what should we do? So one counselor says, let us sue for peace. It is always advisable to make peace with powerful foes. I don't agree, says another one. One should never make peace with wicked creatures, like let us declare war on the rascals. The enemy is vicious and powerful. I advise neither peace nor war, but a change of residence. Let us go away from here. Go away where? So they're all just kind of arguing with each other, and they all have different ideas. A crocodile, if he stays at home, can defeat an elephant. So one of them says peace, one of them says war, one of them says stay, one of them says go. And then the guy goes, look, what did he say? A crocodile, if he stays at home, can defeat an elephant, but if he leaves his swamp, even a dog can make him run. I say, let us stay here and fortify our positions. And then another one says, in my humble opinion, we should form alliances with other friendly birds. Then Cloudy turned to a very old crow named Livestrong and goes, and what do you advise, revered sir? Clearly he respects him. And then this one says, I advise duplicity, my lord. And this is actually how politics are done. Attack me at once with a great show of anger. Attack you, my wisest minister? Already got a plan going. Yes, we must put up this show for the benefit of our friend over there. Ah, he spotted an owl watching all of this. An owl, says the king. Let him think we've fallen out. Throw me out of the tree. Then with all of your subjects, fly to Antelope Mountain. And what will you do? He's whispering. So I think the other advisors don't even hear this, okay? He goes, what will you do? And then Livestrong says, I will befriend the owls and win their trust. And then I'll find a way to bring about their doom. Now do as I say, you coward! He says that part loudly, and he says it so loudly that, look, the other advisors are taken aback and even angry. How dare he speak to our king like that? I'll wring his neck for him. Leave him to me. So you have turned traitor. Now, the king is playing along. He understands the plan. He's going to go with this one. So you have turned traitor. We don't want any traitors here. And the owl is watching and he's thinking, they are fighting amongst themselves. Throws him out of the tree just as he instructed. Get out and stay out. So Livestrong is a very old crow, okay? And he's thrown out of this tree. The owl lost no time in reporting what he had heard and seen to his master, King Foe Crusher. Your Majesty, the crows are fighting amongst themselves. They have thrown out one of their wisest ministers. Then this is a good time to attack them. A disorganized enemy is easily defeated. Follow me, my friends. Foe Crusher and his owls attacked the banyan tree with blood-curdling war cries. Woo, woo! Can you imagine owls going, woo, 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 woo? But they soon realized that there was not a single crow in the tree. The cowards have fled. And did you see how Livestrong saw this move? He saw 5 moves ahead. So he's like, okay, this is what's going to happen. They throw me out of the tree. Owl's going to report back to the king. They're all going to try to attack us, so you can't be here. And he told Cloudy the king, the Crow King, early ahead of time. So he really is the wisest minister. And this may seem like an awful plan, like a mean kind of plan, tricking them, but this is what's going to find them peace. So this is a lot of how politics is done. Old Livestrong, who had been watching the proceedings from the ground, was pleased with the way things were going, according to plan. So he's thinking, the first part of my plan has succeeded. Next comes the most dangerous part, but there's no turning back now. Well, here goes. Caw, caw. Look, a crow. I am no ordinary crow. I am Cloudy's minister. Be good enough to inform your master of my presence. I have much to discuss with him. I'll fetch him. The owl soon returned with Foe Crusher, who was astonished to see the battered condition of the old crow. How have you come to such a sorry state, my dear sir? So they're very respective. They respect Livestrong a lot because he's old. They all know he's old. This is the way I have been rewarded for giving good advice, your majesty. My master Cloudy became furious with me when I urged him to pay you tribute. He assaulted me and threw me out of the tree. Of course, this is all a lie, but it's part of the plan. Henceforth, I shall work for the destruction of all crows. Now I throw myself at your mercy. So then he is talking with his gang. I will talk it over with my advisors. Foe Crusher had 5 ancestral counselors. Their names were Red Eye, Fierce Eye, Hook Nose, Flame Eye, and Wall Ear. The crow seeks asylum. What is your opinion, Red Eye? Slay him without further delay, my lord. He is a crow. You know what? He is not wrong. Sometimes the most extreme weirdos are actually right. But the other counselors were more charitable. Grant him refuge, O king. It would be wrong to kill one who seeks your protection. He may prove useful to us in our war with the crows. So they all pretty much agree, except for Red Eye. Do not listen to them, your majesty. Slay him. He is up to no good. The king says, I have already made up my mind, Red Eye. The crow stays with us. We shall take him to our fortress. So this is what they needed. They needed to know where the owls live. The owls lifted up Livestrong and carried him to their fortress. I have fooled them all except the shrewd Red Eye, he's thinking. He has guessed my true purpose. This is our fortress, sir. Here you may stay in comfort and honor. Oh there, make our guest comfortable. Look after his needs. So they're very good to him. But I mean, it's sad. Like, I bet you Livestrong doesn't want to do this, but he has to think about the end goal, peace for them forever. If I stay in their midst, it will be difficult for me to go about my business without being observed. O king, so then he gives this excuse. O king, it would not be proper for me to enter your fortress. I am, after all, a crow, and unworthy of the honor. Give me a little place near the gate, and that is enough. So that'll allow him movement. He is very, very wise and very good at politics. You may stay near the gate if it pleases you, my friend. The second part of my plan has gone through successfully. I can come and go as I wish. Livestrong made himself comfortable near the gate and began to enjoy a life of ease and comfort, unperturbed by Red Eye's hostility. So they're all serving him too. Have some rice, your honor, and here are some mangoes. How they pamper him. It makes me sick. Red Eye is so mad. We are fattening him while he's planning our destruction. He must be laughing at us. Your Majesty, the crow must go. He is making a fool of you. Red Eye, says Foe Crusher. Leave that poor creature alone. He is harmless. They won't listen to me. I can't stay here any longer. Red Eye is thinking. Red-Eye gathered his followers and told them to pack up their belongings. So he has a group of owls that are like his crew as well, and they're going to follow him wherever. The end is at hand. I cannot save the king as he refuses to be guided by me. Let us at least save ourselves while we can. He's still wise. Anyone who continues to live here does so at his own peril. Let us go forth and seek another fortress in the mountains. Livestrong was overjoyed when he saw Red-Eye leaving the fortress with his followers. Only he could have foiled my plans. The rest of them are numbskulls. The days of the owls are numbered. From tomorrow I shall start building my nest of death. So if he had built this nest any earlier, Red-Eye would have questioned him. The rest of them are not. Each day thereafter, Livestrong went to the forest and returned with a twig, which he dropped inside the gate. I'm building a nest, your majesty. I hope you do not mind. Oh, of course not, says Foe Crusher. Let us know if you need any help. Soon there was a large pile of twigs at the gate, but none of the owls stopped to wonder why their guest required so big a nest. Then one morning, when the owls were asleep, Livestrong quietly left the fortress. He flew directly to a nearby mountain where Cloudy and the other crows were waiting for him. We are delighted to see you back with us. Now, they had to trust him, right? They had no communication before now. How was your stay with the owls? I shall give you a full account of my adventures later, my lord, but we have work to do now. Let every crow take up a burning twig and come with us. Soon, an army of crows led by the tireless Livestrong was streaking through the morning sky. Morning sky when the owls have probably just gone to bed. There's the cave. Drop your twigs on the nest and set it on fire. The crows did as they were told. And soon, fire! The cave's on fire! That's the only way in or out. The owls, still half asleep, tried to rush out of the cave but were beaten back by the flames. The crow has done this. I should have listened to my faithful Red-Eye. We are doomed, doomed. Ah! The cave, closed as it was from all sides, became a fiery furnace. Those of the owls who managed to evade the flames were suffocated by the fumes. All of them, including King Foe Crusher, perished. And thus did the crows rid themselves of their powerful but dim-witted enemies, the owls. So people might have mixed feelings about this story that, that wasn't cool. They tried to help this old crow and trusted him and he took advantage. But they were terrorizing the crows for however long, years, months, I don't know, for however long before that point. So, ultimately everyone makes decisions. We all make choices. I think they decided that for the good of all the crows, maybe this was the best thing to do, although not pretty or nice. But this is actually what Panchatantra is. It is not pretty or nice. It is just life lessons. And we did not have a problem teaching kids this a long time ago. Now I'm like, no, that's too violent. You can't watch that on TV. Okay, so if you want to join us again, we read stories like this all the time on Indian Story Read Along. Please do join us again next time.